what's your view on China's rapidly developing markets, particularly in electric vehicles?
Right, so it's pretty exciting. I'm old enough to remember when there weren't that many cars on the road in China at all. And then, of course, China got to the point where there were too many cars, crowded and quite polluting. And so it's nice to see China has, as you say, rapidly moved over to having EVs on the road. And it's one of the reasons that we tell companies you need to participate in the Chinese economy because you need to see how it's evolving. Again, the world's second largest economy brings its own sort of flavor, and part of that has been the rapid build out of EVs. When I go back to the US and talk to friends, it's hard for them to imagine how many EVs are on the roads in China, but of course, every day I take a Didi or a taxi, I'm in an EV in China.
How do you evaluate the current business environment in China?
As China has grown and the world has changed, the reason that they're here has been different, right? As Chinese consumers became wealthier, American companies wanted to tap into that market. But China continues to be a great place for manufacturing. It's an important part of global supply chains. Many American companies still have a significant investment here. It's an important part of their revenue picture. And so if you think of the world's top 3 or 4 economies, and of course China is number 2, international companies are going to want to participate in this very important market.
What's your take on the so-called China's overcapacity narrative?
I think it's important any time that 2 countries or 2 companies work together that everybody understands each other's concerns. And overcapacity has been a concern raised by the U.S., and I think it's important for us to sit down and look at it and understand the points of view of each other. And so I think this is an area that the U.S. and China will continue to talk about and figure out their perspectives. I had a chance to discuss this both with U.S. officials and Chinese officials, and I think we need more discussions to make sure we understand each other's points of view.